Good evening, I'm Liyana Hassanel and you're watching Bizworld. The government has no plans to peg the ringgit to the US dollar, as such move is fraught with high risks and is a large trade-off. Finance Minister Datuk Seri Tengku Zafrul Abdul Aziz said a peg would not be the best move for the economy, as it would require Malaysia to follow the monetary policy of the country to which the ringgit is pegged to.
Ringgit ini kita perlu menilainya dari segi ekonomi, fundamental dengan fundamental of our economy. Pada kadar pertumbuhan yang begitu tinggi, 5%, kalau kita lihat KDNK kita adalah pada tahap yang telah lebih daripada KDNK sebelum ini. Sebelum saya menjawab soalan itu, saya ingin
Speaking in the Dewan Negara, he said the strength of a currency depends on strong economic fundamentals, and Malaysia has solid fundamentals, supported by strong demand domestically and overseas, as well as rising commodity prices. Hence, the government through Bank Negara will ensure that financial markets are stable and efficient, and will take proactive measures to ensure sufficient liquidity and resilience to prevent destabilization in the ringgit's value. Meanwhile, the US dollar posted deep losses in late trading due to weaker than expected US Consumer Price Index (CPI) in July. The dollar index, which measures the greenback against 6 major peers, was down 1.11%. In July, US CPI stayed unchanged from that in June, while market consensus forecasted 0.2% of month-on-month expansion. The index recorded 1.3% of month-on-month growth in June. The core CPI, excluding food and energy, posted 0.3% increase in July, lower than market expectation. The market now expects the Federal Reserve to have a 42.5% probability of raising another 75 basis points of the benchmark interest rate in September, much lower than 68% on Tuesday. Singapore's economy grew by 4.4% in the second quarter of 2022, faster than the 3.8% growth recorded in the first quarter. The Republic's Ministry of Trade and Industry, MTI, however, narrowed its GDP growth forecast for 2022 to 3 to 4%, from 3 to 5% previously, taking into account the latest global domestic and economic developments. MTI also noted that the manufacturing sector expanded by 5.7%, extending the 5.5% growth in the previous quarter. Meanwhile, the construction sector expanded by 3.3%, driven by the rise in both public and private sector construction output. As for the economic outlook for 2022, the MTI noted that the global economic environment has deteriorated even further since May. The Look East policy, LEP, which has existed for 40 years since 1982, has helped Malaysia to transform from an agricultural country into an industrialized one. Senior Minister of International Trade and Industry, Datuk Seri Muhammad Azmin Ali, said the LEP, which has continued as LEP 2.0 since 2013, will drive Malaysia's development to a higher level on the application of new technology, such as digitization, robotics, artificial intelligence, and others. Apart from that, to ensure sustainable development in the country, Malaysia has formulated its policies in accordance with the environmental, social, and governance agenda. Malaysia and Japan will focus on deepening the economic integration. He also noted that this is an important thing for Malaysia, being a small economy and as a trading nation. The country needs to trade with every part of the world. That was also among the reasons Malaysia expedited the ratification of the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, RCEP, early this year. Hence, now local players, namely the small and medium enterprises, have bigger access and have the capacity and capability to compete on the global stage. Malaysia's wholesale and retail trade volume registered a growth of 19.3% to 142.2 points in the second quarter of 2022. According to the Department of Statistics Malaysia, the positive growth was recorded in the motor vehicles and retail trade subsectors, which expanded by 66.4% and 23.9% respectively. Meanwhile, on quarter-on-quarter basis, the volume index also increased by 5.6% in the second quarter of 2022. The seasonally adjusted volume index of wholesale and retail trade grew 8.5% in comparison to the first quarter of 2022, contributed by the expansion in retail trade, motor vehicles, and wholesale trade subsectors. That's all the time we have for Bizworld. I'm Liyana Hassanel. Thank you for watching and stay safe.